From an early age, Sneha felt a growing dissonance between who she was and how she was expected to present herself to the world. As a teenager, the weight of societal expectations became suffocating. She struggled with feelings of gender incongruence, uncertain of how to reconcile her inner identity with the outer world. It was a battle. She kept to herself, and over time, the silence weighed heavily on her. Her attempts to navigate these complex emotions left her isolated, unseen by her peers and misunderstood by those around her. This internal struggle would follow her, shaping her decisions and reactions as she moved forward in her life. Desperate for escape, she found herself engaging in a habit she thought would help her cope.
As Sneha grew older, her emotional distress began to manifest physically. By the time she reached adulthood, her body began to show the strain, culminating in a diagnosis of Crohn's disease. For 2 years, she battled with chronic pain and discomfort, learning to manage her symptoms through strict lifestyle changes. Though she gained control over her physical symptoms, the underlying emotional conflict, the feeling of not fitting into the world as expected.
At the age of 22, her symptoms of Crohn's got maintained and were finally under control. After 2 years of following her recovery, she started experiencing abdominal pain again. The stress and anxiety from an unresolved identity issues frequently triggered episodes of intense physical pain that no medical test could explain, even after multiple doctor visits. It was a cycle that seemed unbreakable. Every domain of her life, including work life, got affected. Over time, she withdrew from those around her, sinking deeper into isolation and anxiety. Her mind became a prison of fear and doubt. She became more irritable, which affected her behavior and appetite. Every attempt to fit in, every effort to explain her pain seemed to.
After years of searching for a physical cause to her pain, the answer came from a different direction. A doctor, recognizing the psychological toll her journey had taken, suggested that her pain might be linked to something beyond the physical. She was referred to a psychiatrist, a step she hadn't considered before.
Okay, hello, good afternoon. My name is Deepa. I'm your therapist. Can I please know about you?
Okay, so my name is Sneha Saha and I'm from Delhi itself. And my earlier physician recommended you. So, yeah.
Okay, so can you please tell me more about what brings you here? What concerns you have?
I was diagnosed with Crohn's disease. So during my adolescent years and everything, I had troubles regarding that, and some of them are still continuing.
You've seen that it's still continuing, right? So can you tell me about what your doctor has been saying about your diagnosis?
Okay, so earlier when I had Crohn's, it was more like I had this intense abdominal pain, and I was most of the time in the washroom and I had swollen eyes like almost all the time. And because of this thing, I was not able to go to school much also. So yeah.
Okay, so how has that affected you?
So I was not able to take part in social activities, like I didn't have many friends, and after a certain point I didn't even feel like making friends or talking to anyone or even going out. So
okay, and then can I please know more about how your family's response has been to your situation?
my family has been supportive, when I was diagnosed with Crohn's. But over the period of time, I felt that you know, since it's my life, you know, I do not have the charge of my life. And it's more like they've been so protective, and looking from their angle it's right, but you know, I like it's they're way overprotective, and you know, it feels like that I'm very constrained.
Okay, you express feeling constrained and all these heavy emotions. Were you able to talk to this about anyone else, like other than your family or your peers or something?
Not really, because as I mentioned before, because of Crohn's and everything, I didn't have a chance to make friends. And I don't know if I should mention this here or
It's
is it
okay, go ahead.
so like, you know, when you're 14 or 15, there are groups everywhere, girls and boys, and you know, I had a certain likelihood towards dressing up like boys and talking in that manner and being like that, walking in a certain way. So, and I could see, like, you know, things were not acceptable and there was a limit to everything. So there was that.
Okay, okay. I get where you're coming from, okay, but then I need to develop a deeper understanding of what you're going through. So I'm going to ask you a set of questions. Is it okay if you give answers to those?
Yeah.
Okay. So have you ever smoked or drank alcohol or?
Yeah, actually, I did when I was around 15 or 16. I used to see group of boys doing it all the time, so I had this urge to, or a feeling to try it once and everything. So before my diagnosis, I used to do it a lot, but after it, not really.
You do it a lot? Do you mean smoking by that?
Yes, yes.
Okay, okay. Okay, and can you tell me about when you started menstruating and how your menstruation cycle has been?
Okay, so I started menstruating around 14, and in the beginning, you know, it was irregular, but now it's normal, but there are still phases of irregularity.
Okay. And then are you sexually active?
No, not really.
Okay. And can you tell me about how your mood is in a day or most of the days, like how your mood is?
Like, it's mostly irritated because you know, I feel this intense pain, and because of that I'm unable to get up, and I'm unable to do my work, and that, you know, really affects my whole mood altogether and my work also. And it's not like and my mood is not like this like for about a week or so. It's been like this for about so many months now.
Okay, yeah, it must be disrupting. So, with how like your abdominal pain is, like how you mentioned your mood is most of the time, have you made any changes or modifications in your life, like, to accommodate what's going on with you?
Like, what do you mean by changes?
Like maybe you have changed the way you do things so that like your abdominal pain you can control it or that sort of thing.
It's more like I use the washroom way too much, and like I think that now that I think, even the dishes I used to like before, I don't eat it now, you know, because there are certain ingredients that may affect the severity of my pain, and I already feel so much of pain. So I avoid going to places, you know, that might not have certain facilities and everything, and I'm mostly at home doing my work.
Okay, and then you do that in multiple occasions, right? Like you make sure that certain things are there in certain order, certain way.
Yeah,
like, and
sure.
you don't risk taking a chance and stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay. Okay, I get it. And then can you have you ever felt like the pain that you're feeling, it's been inflicted by a third party or someone else is involved, and because of that you're feeling this pain or some sort of thing?
No, not really. In fact, the pain is so much and so intense, I cannot. It's more like I see people overlooking my condition, even my parents. And even doctors, I know they're saying that there's nothing in the medical report, but I know there's something, and it's, you know, getting worse day by day.
Okay, okay. Okay, so I get we have understood your condition, and now this is some question that I know you might feel like it's a bit irrelevant, but could you give answers to those to me?
Yeah, sure.
Like, can you please tell me where you are right now?
Okay, I'm in Delhi at your clinic.
Okay, and can you guess what time it is?
Around 3 in the afternoon.
Okay. And would you be able to tell me the days of the week backwards, starting from Sunday?
Okay. Sunday,
Mhm.
Saturday,
Mhm.
Friday,
Mhm.
Thursday,
Mhm.
Wednesday, Tuesday, and Monday.
Okay, that's nice. And now these are a list of words. If you could memorize them, and after a time, I'll ask you to reproduce it.
Okay.
You okay? Okay. Could you tell me the list of words?
Monday,
Mhm.
sleep,
Mhm.
walk,
Mhm.
feed,
Mhm.
school,
Okay.
queen, and horse. Guess.
Okay. Yeah, that's good. Okay. So now the other task I want you to do is see. These are two pictures. Can you please tell me about the similarities in these pictures?
I don't think like there is much of a difference because both the pictures are giving a very gloomy vibe and like showing negative emotions.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's good enough. Okay, so now I'll give you a situation. You have to give answer to that. Okay, so let's say your house is on fire. What would you do? What kind of actions would you take?
Uh, I don't know. Can you elaborate?
Like let's say because it's an emergency situation, right? Like you would do certain things, maybe protect someone, make prioritize doing certain steps, or like what would you do?
Uh, I don't know. Like as you, it's an emergency situation as you mentioned. I don't know. I guess I'll call my parents probably and regarding objects. You as you mentioned, like maybe I'll try to take some important documents.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. Okay. Thank you for cooperating. Like, it's very helpful to me. Like, I can really understand what you might be feeling and what you are going through. So, right now, is it okay if I talk to your parents about, like, how things are?
Yeah, sure.
So, yeah, you could call your parents.
Thank
Good evening. So I wanted to know more about Sneha through you guys, and I want to know how she is at home. So firstly, I wanted to ask how her mood is generally.
About her mood, she's been feeling very low, and it's not that this is happening recently, but since a very long time. Honestly speaking, this is a seventh or eighth appointment to a new doctor, and results are pretty normal. All the scans and results, they show no diagnosis and no signal of any health condition.
And for past 8 months, she is always preoccupied with pain, and we can see that she is suffering. But all you feel is helpless, and she has isolated herself from her friends and not attending any social events.
Okay, I totally get your point. And how has her situation made you guys feel?
As parents, we see our child suffer, and we feel helpless.
We have tried so many doctors, and you feel like you are our last hope.
Yeah.
So apart from this, like growing up, how was she as a child, like in school and college? Like how was her behavior? Tell me.
She was a very good student. She participated in different co-curricular activities. She was an active learner.
But it was only till class 8th and ninth. We don't know what happened after that.
Yeah, I totally understand. Like, it must be very hard for you as well because it is a very tough situation to be in. And then right now, like, I can help you if I can like learn more about other aspects of her life as well. So I wanted to know like how her birth was, like either it was natural birth or like was there any complication during her birth. Like, can you please give me details about that?
Her delivery was cesarean, and there was no complications as such, and not even any medical health issue.